Hello, I'm Forrest Mahan, President of Aiken Technical College, and I welcome you to another edition of Mondays with Mahan. Today I have two very special guests, Mr. Jack Borders, who is the Department Chair over Criminal Justice, and Mr. George Hoschel, who is the Criminal Justice Instructor here at Aiken Technical College. These gentlemen are here today to talk to us about an exciting new initiative in a partnership between the South Carolina Technical College system and the South Carolina Police Academy. And this is what they call a pre-academy certificate. So, Jack, please tell us about what the purpose of this certificate is.
This certificate here is entitled the PPAT, the acronyms there, stands for Pre-Police Academy Training Certificate. And students that come into this program, they'll apply here, just like a regular student to Aiken Technical College. And we have, for the fall, we have 4 courses. And each of those 4 courses is 3 credit hours. And they're titled, acronym again, with acronym and numbers, CRJ 281, CRJ 282, 83, 84. What you would do, and this is a fall certificate now, and really the focus is not so much on the certificate per se, but the certification. What you will do as a result of taking these 4 classes in the fall semester, and what you'll complete it in the fall, is you will complete the first, what were we saying, George? The first...
the initial training phase of the academy,
right.
The actual police academy.
Yeah, the initial training phase of police academy. So this saves the police academy time because you take care of the basic learning aspects. When you get to the academy, I think you'd probably be a little bit more hands-on.
Correct.
So it enables the police academy to be able to process people at a much faster rate because they don't have to spend the time in the beginning aspects. Now, just a little bit about the course. These are video trainings. You'd come in, we have an adjunct, and you would watch some videos. We have the first 2 courses, CRJ 281, 282, are going to be in term 2. And then we're going to have CRJ 283 and 284 in term 3. So again, you'll complete it in the first semester. After completing the certificate, then you will go and be employed. You'll get a job with some type of law enforcement agency. And the reason this is because you have to be sponsored by a law enforcement agency to be able to enter into the South Carolina Police Academy. So you would get with them, then you would wait for an opening to open up at the police academy, and then hopefully after 6 months or a year, you'd be able to go in and begin your work there as well.
So it's a great opportunity to help encourage people to take a career in law enforcement because the 12 credit hours that you would get beginning in the fall of 21 here at Aiken Tech would not only get you potentially into a law enforcement job, but also get you into the police academy, where there are also other obligations such as a physical and I believe one other test, and then you would go through further training at the academy to become a certified law enforcement officer. Now, those 12 credit hours, and I'll let George address this would also fold into our 2-year criminal justice degree, correct? Which is a little bit about the program and what the purpose of that program is.
Yeah, that's correct. It'll go towards one of the 2 associate degrees, and that's 12 hours toward that degree if you decide to come here and take one of the degrees. And so that'll help you towards one of those associate degrees.
So this certificate, even though it's called a pre-academy certificate, gives you many pathways in order to have a career in law enforcement, either pathway to the police academy or continuation in the 2-year degree programs here at Aiken Technical College.
And this is such a good deal, the way that we've worked it here in our criminal justice program is you get the certificate, you go get a job with law enforcement agency, you go to the police academy, get involved in law enforcement, and you say, you know what, I'd like to further my education. So at any time you can come back, you've got these 12 credit hours which will transfer seamlessly into our AA, our Associate of Arts program, or our AAS, Associate of Applied Science program, and you can continue your education to get an associate's degree, or if you came in and got an AA degree with those credits, then you could take advantage of some of our articulation agreements with the Citadel, and a new one we have with Lander, perhaps go into criminology, and then that opens up a whole new realm of opportunities that that you can avail yourself of.
And one of the things to keep in mind as part of the mission of Aiken Technical College, as you know, is to help get people into the workforce, but also allow people to go to work and go to school at the same time. So what Mr. Borders has described is basically the concept of a stackable credential.
Yes,
If someone could start with a pre-certificate program, get into law enforcement, come back, finish a 2-year degree, and there are pathways then on to the bachelor's degree in criminal justice. And as we know, there's a great need for qualified, well-trained law enforcement officers in the state of South Carolina. So if there's anybody out there that's looking for a career change, the great thing about this pre-certificate program is that it is of no cost to the student. We have funding to help cover the cost, and it helps get people into that pathway. And then again, if they pursue other avenues, then we work with those individual students to make sure a financial aid package is put together for them to have basically very little cost out of pocket to complete their education here at Aiken Technical College and hopefully elsewhere. So,
and as you mentioned, we've got these courses scheduled for the evening hours. So if you were working, more than likely you'll be able to come in and do this in the evening, keep your job, get this certification, and then go on and find a job in law enforcement.
and another thing too, one of the emphasis points that we make here at Aiken Tech is not just simply working with a traditional college age student, 18 to 22 years old.
Exactly right.
We have a lot of working adults, as Mr. Borders pointed out, so this gives people an opportunity to still go to school, but then also continue to work while they are pursuing a higher degree or level of education.
Now, there is one caveat. You have to be 20 years old to be able to enter this program because legally you can't handle firearm until you're 21. So the idea is that after you finish your training and get into the police academy, you'll be able to handle a firearm. So you have to be 20 years older to be able to enter this particular program.
But then for someone 18 to 19, they could come in the traditional pathway
sure
and
could.
start with a criminal
They sure
justice
could.
program. But again, the emphasis, as Mr. Borders pointed out, is for the adult. The adult who may be looking for a second career or may have decided they've kind of tapped out in the current pathway they're on and would like to do something as some public service to the community. So, Mr. Borders, Mr. Hosell, thank you so much for coming and speaking with us today about this exciting initiative. This is a statewide initiative that all the 16 technical colleges are participating in, but Aiken Tech, of course, our focal point is Aiken Tech and the Aiken County area. So again, this has been another edition of Mondays with Mahan. If you're interested in pursuing this program, please visit us at atc.edu and click on admissions, and we will be able to work with you to get you enrolled in the program. Fall classes begin August the 16th, but enrollment for fall is going on currently. Again, thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you next week.